Yo, yo, yo. All right, all right, all right. We ain't got no echo, do we? What's good, everybody? Get in the building. We don't got no echo, do we? I'm going on a different, doing on a different platform today. Let me know. Shouldn't be, good, nice and clear. See, I worked on that. I told you I would get it together next time I did this. I told you I was gonna get it together. Turn my volume up some. All right. Hello. My volume is high though. I think my volume's good. Yeah, my volume's good. What's going on, man? Ida Hines, what's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? C. Burleson, Tim Warner, Sugar Daddy Williams, Just Blaze, what's good? What's good? What's good? Tariq Salim, Thurston How the Third, C. Burleson, I think I already said it. Jawan James, what's good with you, baby? Appreciate y'all jumping in. Today we're going to be talking cornerbacks in this building. But I want to say one thing before we talk about any Cowboy stuff. I'm gonna say one thing to you, Jones, is one thing. I know what y'all gotta do. I know what y'all have to do, but man, that video. Did y'all see the hype video? Did y'all see the Dallas Cowboys hype video? Let me know. Just throw a thumbs up if you seen that Dallas Cowboy hype video. Just throw a thumbs up if you've seen it. If you seen that hype video, it wasn't hype at all. It just made me more mad. I ain't gonna lie. Yes, happy Valentine's Day. Yes, I'm sorry, boo. Happy Valentine's to everybody out there. Valentine's Day for all you loved ones out there. You love birds out there. Make sure you tell your loved one you love them, and make sure you take care of them today on that beautiful happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, seen it. Go check. I mean, you don't have to check it out. I think it's just weak, kind of. I guess they dropped it during the Super Bowl. I didn't really pay attention when it was dropped, but I did watch it. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't hyped at all. You know what I'm saying? I had no hypeness at all at that. Just really made me more mad, honestly. Because when I was just looking at the players' faces, everybody was shaking their head the same way us fans were shaking their heads. You know what I'm saying? Just shaking their heads like Ezekiel didn't have no words. Dak didn't have no words. Nobody had words. And then they talking about getting ready for this year and the it starts now. Hey man, nobody's trying to hear that. And if Cowboys are really smart, they'll kind of lay off that stuff right now. Because I don't know about a lot of other fans out there, but me myself and I know a lot of other longtime Cowboy fans ain't trying to hear that. This was the year. I'm gonna just say this before we talk about corners, and we're gonna jump on this real quick because I don't want to badger this, but it's just I gotta say stuff that's in my heart and what I'm feeling. And just looking at that hype video, just made me more mad. It frustrated me because I think we all understood. Even Dak said it on the Rich Eisen show, and Rich Eisen said, "What? This loss is going to linger in your career." He like, "What up, Carlos Holloway?" And he said, "I understand how I'm saying it. This ain't like defining in my career, but this one hurts." And everybody in the building felt the same way. I mean, that's why a lot of fans, in my opinion, aren't really trying to listen to this crap right now because we've been listening to it. I've been listening to it, and I try to give it a chance. If y'all listen to me when I first started this season, I said, we'll see. And why did I say that? You know what I'm saying? Why did I say we'll see? Because I already know. It's been too many times I've been let down by this team. getting all hype, jumping out there, knowing daggone well in my heart I'm feeling certain things, but I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna be negative about it. What up? What up, Blake? What up, Casey the Stoner? I love the name. But I was going in there like, let's go every year. Then, like I said, I started peeling back in them 2017 really. I was feeling that 2016 victory, that 2016 loss hurt me. That one hurt. And then I was like, man, okay, 2017. Now I'm in there, but I'm cautious. And then I just started seeing all the same stuff. And then this last loss right here though in these playoffs, way 2016 was, this last one, not even 2018. This last one right here, when you had a relatively injury-free team. You had all the components on your offense. You had all the components on your defense. You had a takeaway defense. You had a offense that was ready to go. You had a pretty decent special teams. We knew about your kicker wasn't great, but you could have definitely been playing in that Super Bowl against these Bengals. You definitely could have been doing that. You definitely had the team talent-wise to do it, and we're tired of seeing this same thing over and over again. Oh, they got talent, but they never win. They got this, but they always do this. This happens, but you know what I mean? People are just getting tired of seeing it, man. Cowboys D was good with you. People tired of hearing it. You know what I mean? So that hype video, take that somewhere, and y'all need to kind of quiet it down over there in Cowboy land. If y'all doing all that marketing and damage control, y'all need to see that there's a lot of Cowboys fans that don't trust you right now. And there's a lot of Cowboys fans that jumped out there because a lot of Cowboys fans still felt like we had the squad to really take it this year. You're not going to be getting 11 interceptions every single year from Trevin Diggs. Who knows what happens with Micah Parsons? He got 13 sacks. You don't know what's going to happen with Micah next year. We all know he's a beast, but anything can happen. Injury, anything. We don't know that. You get what I'm saying? That's why you got to take the opportunity when you have the chance. You don't sit there and, we're building for the future. I always hear this building for the future. Where, salary cap is real and, we're going to have to make some tough decisions. Ain't nobody else saying that kind of stuff. You feel me? No, I don't know. I don't watch these other teams like that. I don't be in their feeds all like that. I do read things, but I don't hear their owners and vice presidents or whatever the heck you are. Oh, the cap is real. We're going to have to make some tough decisions. Like, we always hear this from Stephen Jones every damn year. You know what I'm saying? And you hear the goofy stuff from Jerry Jones because he's freaking old and senile. Sometimes I feel like he just won't be quiet. Then you have Stephen Jones coming out here talking about, the salary cap is real. We can't be doing this. We can't be doing that. And it's just like, well, what the hell are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to y'all got to be A+ in the draft every single year because we already know ain't no free agents coming this way. Dallas are on their own, and they have to be great players because it's only going to be great players, great coaching, perfect season for Dallas to get to a championship and a Super Bowl, in my opinion. That's the only way it's going to happen now because this is my last year where I thought, okay, this can happen. I said it. I jumped out there. I want to slap myself for saying it. I thought this was a Super Bowl team, and guess what? Let down again. So now y'all got to have to be almost like when Dak was throwing the ball in 2019. Everybody's like, oh, you got to play like this. You got to play like that. He almost had to play perfect. You feel me? And that's why this team almost has to play perfect for it to overcome the craziness that goes on in this building called the Dallas Cowboys. You're going to have to play coach perfect. You're going to have to play perfect. Can't have crazy penalties. Can't have injuries. I mean, this is what it's going to really have to be for the Cowboys to really go over the hump. I mean, that's what it really has to be because there's no other way. Dallas ain't getting no free agents. They ain't getting no free agents. They're going to sign their own, right? And the own that they're signing, they're going to have to step up and be like great players because if they're not, Dallas is going to fail again because they don't go out and get nobody else. So it's going to have to be only the homegrown talent. And we're always going to have to wait on the draft and rely on the draft. So if you don't hit on that draft, because it's a tricky thing. You putting all your Will McClay is good, and that's why you kept him. Because if there wasn't for that in that drafting, Dallas would be in shambles, straight up shambles, because they don't get nobody. They don't take nobody in free agency, so they depend everything on the draft because they don't do free agents. You know what I'm saying? And the guys they bring back, you're gonna have to make sure that homegrown talent is elite talent. Because if it's not and it's average talent, you're not getting over the hump. What up, Matt? What's up? What's up? What's up, the Ninja? You feel me? You know what I mean? They just do a lot of running their mouth, bumping their gums, and it's just Ain't nobody trying to hear that down. What's up, Goon Squad? You feel me? Um, I mean, I've been loving the draft classes. Casey the Stoner, I've been loving the draft classes. You feel me? Sorry if I can't get you your questions up because I'm doing it on a different platform, but I'll answer them right here when I get ready to switch to this cornerback thing. But I feel like they've definitely been drafting good. They've had to. Since Will McClay really took over that draft from him in 2014, you've seen that's why they've been competitive. And they haven't been competitive in the free agency. Dallas hasn't won in free agency. Other teams have won in free agency and they've won Super Bowls. You got to have that good mix of free agency or you can go all in. You got some young guys. It really depends on how you want to do it. But how the Cowboys are trying to do it, say we're building through the draft, we're going to sign our own and we're going to get a little bit of free agents. So my thing is you have to hit on that draft every single year because if you don't, boy, it's going to set you back because you don't go out there and spend on nobody else and then you make your guys who you want to keep fight tooth and nail for every bit of their money. And in a few years, you're talking about getting rid of them again because of the cap. You feel me? I don't mind want to hear that, man. I got you. Yeah, see, I mean, I went through the comments. I went through I saw it on Twitter. I went through the comments and I looked at it, and I ain't saying it was a bad thing that people were saying, let's go Cowboys. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I seen a lot of majority of people say we ain't trying to hear this. We ain't trying to look at this. We're not trying to hear none of this. Y'all need to show and prove. Y'all need to shut up with all that stuff y'all talking and put it on the table and prove it. You feel me? It was a we'll see this past season, and I drank the Kool-Aid strong and was all getting back feeling good, and then y'all flapped me in my face once again. So, you know what? Ain't nobody trying to hear that, dog. Ain't nobody trying to look at that no more right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to get on that field and play some football and shut the hell up, for real. That's what all y'all need to do. I don't want to hear nobody talking. I don't want to hear nobody nothing. Y'all need to be quiet and get to work and play some football right now because y'all tripping. You know what I mean? Tripping. So, but let's jump on here. Because I said we're going to talk about cornerbacks. Go back to my prior videos where I talked about defensive ends and linebackers. We hit both of them. But today we're going to talk about the cornerback position as I see it. One thing I haven't done is really went hard in the draft on cornerbacks because one thing I feel about Dallas, that one thing we heard about Stephen Jones, we like our own. We like who we have. You feel what I mean? That's a prevailing thing that comes out of his mouth. What's up, Chris? How you doing, big dog? Yeah, it's watered down. Let me know if y'all can still hear me right now. What's up, David? How you doing? Is that David Jenkins? What's going on, baby? How you doing? Let me know if y'all can still hear me because I switched off and I'm not on here. Let me know if y'all can still hear me on here. But I pulled up the current Cowboys on the roster right now. And the current Cowboys, you see, cornerbacks that are on the roster that I have showing. Anthony Brown. These guys are all under contract. Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, Trevin Diggs, Kelvin Joseph, Reggie Robinson, Kyron Brown, Nashawn Wright, Israel Mukamu. Yep. So and your unrestricted free agent is Maurice Kennedy, which he's probably not going to come back. So looking at those guys right there, that made me, when I went to the Senior Bowl, because I feel like I know how these Joneses do, they feel good at this position. And when the Cowboys feel good at a position, from what I've been seeing of these dudes, they ain't going to jump out there and get somebody. I remember C.D. Lamb a couple years ago. It was a BPA, but C.D. Lamb fell, and it was almost like you had to do that. You feel me? You had to get C.D. Lamb. He fell right there to you. This could be a draft where there are going to be some players that you probably didn't think are going to get dropped that far, so it could happen. Jamon Cow, I will see. I don't think AB is going to get cut because they like AB, man. They like Anthony Brown. If anybody, I could see Jordan Lewis before Anthony Brown if we're keeping it all the way funkin'. If we're talking about a corner between them two getting cut, I would see Jordan Lewis over Anthony Brown, in my opinion, because Anthony Brown just got done having a career year. They liked what he did. They like what he brought to the table. He can play inside and outside, although I think Jordan can play outside. I think that's his position. He's an outside corner, not a slot, and I think that's why he's not great there. But I feel like Brown kind of, when he slid in there when Kelvin Joseph was on the outside, they kind of fell hand in hand. So I don't feel like you can cut either one of those guys. I think you can save like $5 million between both of them. But I don't feel like the Cowboys are going to do that. I don't feel like they will go with some more young guys in the draft and cut veterans like that, especially when it's not it's not going to hurt them to cut them money-wise. So I don't feel like they're going to do that. They're going to roll with these guys again, and I think they're going to roll with the guys. They drafted Nahshon Wright, Israel Mukuamu. Reggie Robinson is they put him on IR because I don't think they wanted to cut him. I think they wanted to see one more year of him, and we're going to see about that. So while I was talking about them, let's get to some of their stats right here. And then we'll look at some players. All right. So, yeah, that's what I was already saying. You drafted boss man Kelvin Joseph. You drafted Kelvin Joseph in the second round, right? So he should be your outside corner. I said you should have been starting him after he got that tick in that first, what was it, the Washington game? I can't remember. When he got that game, he turned all the way up. I know it's against Washington, but you should have let him keep playing. What was you going to lose with the game that you played in that San Francisco game? You feel me? I personally felt like they should have been playing him. I said it to George Teague. I said it to other people. Y'all should play him. Y'all should start him. You should already throw AB in the slot because I felt AB was playing very good in the slot. I mean, I felt like they really bounced off each other, and you drafted Kelvin Joseph to be your outside corner. So moving forward, well, even when we're looking at this right here, moving forward, you're just like what Blake said, it should be Trevin Diggs. It should be Kelvin Joseph on the outside. I think A. Brown should be inside, and then you can use Jordan Lewis in there as well. Because I don't feel like you're going to get either one of them. What's up, Lord Nova? And then you still, as I said before, you have your young guys. You have Nahshon Wright, who you want to see. You have, I think you want to see what you have in Reggie Robinson. They tried him at safety. You feel me? They had him at corner. So he's a versatile guy that you want to look at as well. I think, like I said, that's why they IR'd him, and that's why they want to see another year of him. So they have their young, quote-unquote, rookies who are going in second year who really didn't play a lot, so they're going to consider them rookie types. But when I say that they're not going to get rid of Anthony Brown, when you look at his stats, look at his stats. You're not going to get rid of him. It may be kind of blurry. I apologize if it is. But look at Anthony Brown. He had a career year. 16 starts. He was one of the tops in pass defense. I'm not saying Anthony Brown is a world beater, but what I'm saying is that's why they're not going to get rid of him. 16 games started, 3 interceptions. His completion percentage against him was only 53%. Look at Trevin Diggs. His was 52%, so that's a career year. You know what I mean? A 78 rating, passer rating, get him. Not great. That's really good considering, and he gave up, 5 touchdowns? They got Diggs at 4 touchdowns. Passer rating, we already know what Diggs did. So, I'll have to explain him. 11 interceptions. You've seen what he did. Jordan Lewis had 3 picks. You got, 8% completion percentage against him. He had the high rating because I think he's not a slot corner. I think that's why he's always going to get that work there. That's why I said if anybody would get cut between them two, it would be Jordan Lewis over Anthony Brown, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And then when we go down below that, you got your 3 guys right there. And then when you go down to Kelvin Joseph, in his little bit of time, 10 games, he had 2 games started. And look at the completion percentage against him just in that small window, 47%. That's very good. He gave up 1 touchdown. He dropped a couple interceptions. He's got to get better in that. But you already see I feel like if you starting Anthony Brown, Anthony Brown, Kelvin Joseph, and you got A. Brown in the middle, at the slot, I don't feel like that's not a bad lineup right there in your 3. You get what I'm saying? That is your 3 that you could go with. And I think Brown is better in that slot. And then you got another one who's a veteran in Jordan Lewis, who's not old. He's like 26, so he's not old. So this is the Cowboys' perspective. You feel me? I feel like how the Cowboys' perspective is going to look at and say, well, we got 4 quality guys right here. Why are we going to draft high? Unless some crazy great player falls down to him. And like I said, I haven't been on the guys of looking at the draft deeply on the corners because I feel like the Cowboys are going to put that down in their chart. They're going to look at offensive line. They're going to look at defensive line, particularly defensive tackle. I think they will look at that again because of now you have the Dan Quinn who's all the way in, and he still loves having big tackles. And if you saw a Jordan Davis drop there at 24, which I had in my mock draft on this last one I just did, or, Travis Jones is around there, or I even said Otito if he's late. Those guys, I think he will still look at, even with a Bohanna on there. And I think, I talked to Bohanna and I showed his tweet in the DM. He said they gonna watch out for me because I'm just scratching my potential. So we're still got a year 2 of Quentin Bohanna, and when you seeing those guys right there, those are the young players that they like. So if the Cowboys like their young players, I don't feel like they're going to jump up there and get another corner unless something goes crazy. Because as I said before, Nahshon Wright, he was green, but you're going to look at him like he's a rookie this year, next year, because he didn't get a lot of work, but he got enough work to say he knows what the NFL is about. So we definitely want to see what Nahshon Wright has to offer because they were very high on him, especially Dan Quinn. So I think Dan Quinn's going to like him. And then when we're talking about the other guys that they have on the list, we go right back down here. And we go back right down here, Reggie Robinson. So I go back to Reggie Robinson. I thought he was going to get cut. If you want to keep it all the way funky, I thought he was getting cut. And the reason why I thought he was getting cut because, those other guys were stepping up. He was kind of lost in the shuffle, had a little bit of an injury bug. And so I'm thinking these things are going to make him get cut. And so, you know what? He didn't. So and I think that's the thing where Will McClay said, let's see. We ain't really got no time to really get to see him. So let's see him again. So I really think next year, which is going to probably be your last rah-rah, Reggie Robinson, that's his next year is his last year to prove. Kind of like where you had Tristan Hill, everybody's like waiting, like, okay, that was the old regime. Let's see what's happening over here. Reggie Robinson, I feel like, is going to be in that boat. He's got good size, physical press corner. I think he can play some cover. They obviously thought he could play some safety, but Dan Quinn kind of said, no, we're going to kind of put you back at corner. So I think Dan Quinn is going to try to get a chance to see what Reggie Robinson has. And I don't think he was a bad guy coming out as a 4th-round pick. I thought he had good athleticism, was really physical at the point, especially at playing physical at the point of attack. So I like to see what Reggie Robinson can do. And that's pretty much a draft pick you haven't seen. So, hey, Nahshon Wright, Israel Mukuamu, I don't know what the Kyron Brown kid is really about. But Mukuamu, I don't know what they're really going to go with him. Are they going to put him at safety or are they going to put him at corner? He's another big, long guy like Nahshon Wright. Nahshon Wright's like 6'4", 6'5". Israel's like 6'4". So I don't know where they're really going to keep him in that aspect. More than anything, I don't know what they're going to do about him. But those are rookies to me. So you got I'm not going to include Kyron Brown right now, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, would say guys you going in the camp of corners who you feel like can compete for your squad. So that's why I don't feel like cornerback is going to be a top position. Now, when we scroll up some, here's some names that I put out there. I didn't know too many. There's a lot of cornerbacks that are up for free agents. First of all, there's a lot of corners that are up for free agency. Yeah, I think Israel should move over to say he played safety now. He played corner, but he played safety in high school. So I don't really know what they're going to do with him. Israel's got to get better tackling more than anything. I know about the Jalen Petrie. A lot of people are high on him. If he drops, I don't know. We'll see about that. George Pickens, know about him, receiver. But these are just some of the names that I have pulled up. I don't think Cowboys bite at any of these names. We remember Travarius Ward. Should have never let him go, dog. I don't think they're going to have happen with no J.C. Jackson either. These are guys going to cost. Maybe a Darius Williams from was that the Rams? Maybe him. Xavier Rhodes, he's a little bit older. Kelvin King, he's going to cost some money, though. These Jason Verrett, I don't know. These a little older. The older guys, probably, I don't know why the Cowboys will look at them. What up, Anthony Moore? Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know if the D-Tech, Wyatt, I don't know if they would like him playing that Soul 1. I think they want a real big space eater like Bohanna. But I don't think they go after any of these guys. You feel me? Now, here's some of the top prospects that kind of been in the radar. I'm going to get ready to pull this up. Now, y'all throw some names out to me because, like I said, I haven't been hitting these corners because I don't think the Cowboys are going to touch corners like that for real, not till late. And I got some guys that were in the Senior Bowl, you feel me? But here's some names right here. I would say be later. Heard about that kid from Florida. Y'all throw some names out there that y'all been hearing about corner, and I'm going to study these guys for real, like literally tonight and this week. Give me some names. Where are the 6? What do you mean? I got some names on here. But like I said, I haven't been touching these corners because I don't feel like Cowboys going to do something till later. But this is the cornerback list that they have right now that are out, the top-rated corners. And I think we're going to talk about safety in a couple of days, and I feel like we'll be straight at safety. I definitely think you can draft one, but if you're looking at this right here, like I said, I don't feel them like the boys are really going to touch. Martin Emerson. Y'all see any other names? Y'all see any names on Martin Emerson from Mississippi State? Right here, 6'2", 200 pounds. Give me some names out here that y'all see. What's up, Blake, with the $7 holla? He said, I respect the way you keep bringing excellent content, bro. Salutes to you as well. Give me some names out here, though. So I'm going to look at that Martin Emerson y'all threw out there. Because, you know he's going to want those tall corners. So that's why I was seeing these guys late. See that guy from Florida, Kyer Elim? What's he like? Yeah, I just don't feel like they're going to do it, y'all. And you know how the Cowboys draft, y'all. They don't draft. They do draft in need. They got better with BPA, but they used to really draft in need. You feel me? They really used to draft in need, and I feel like they still will kind of touch that in the cornerback realm right now, in my opinion. I feel like they're going to do that right now. You know, he likes them tall. That's why I said keep this name right here from Florida. Tall or long arms. That's what he likes. If you 5'8" or 5'9", sorry, you ain't coming to Dallas. You got to be like 6 foot with long arms. Some athleticism too. Now, here's some Senior Bowl names that I have right here. Let's see. These some Senior Bowl names that I have. Marcus Jones is in here again. I heard about Marcus Jones. I ain't checked him out, but I heard about Marcus Jones. Yeah. And if y'all like me, I got these names up here these are from the Senior Bowl right here. And I hear you, Dr. Football. As long as the first pick is a pocket pushing DT or off ball pushing left guard, I'm cool. Like I said, I put the DT in my first 2 mock drafts. I did a live mock draft. I did a live mock draft on our show with Philly podcast, Best of Enemies, And that live one, my first pick was Zion Johnson, guard center from Boston College. And then in my other draft I just did, my other mock, I did Jordan Davis was available. I went and took him. Yeah, you can't be like that, Thurston, because that's like us trusting no Michigan players because of Taco. You feel me? I agree, Blake. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I said when I look at the draft and the way the Cowboys draft, I don't see them really jumping out there and saying, hey, we're going to get a corner in the first couple picks. It could happen, but I just don't see it unless it's a world-beating type guy that they feel is going to come in and play immediately, and they're going to immediately replace or they're going to get rid of like a Jordan Lewis or something like that, cut him and keep the money and then draft. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just feel like the Cowboys aren't going to go that route. I feel like they're going to kind of sit and maybe get a corner, maybe fifth, sixth, or something like that. But unless something really sweet in front of them really goes, okay. And you said Chris Graham says Evans. I'm going to check Evans out. That's a guy from Missouri. Yeah, Michael Autry. I like Logan Hall from Houston. My homeboy is Brandon Tucker is training him right now, and he's nice. Diggs, Bossman, Brown, Wright, Robinson, Cut Lewis. That'll be tough. They could save some money cutting Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis is interesting to me because they can cut Jordan Lewis. You feel me? Um, they can cut Jordan Lewis. But I don't know if they will. You know what I mean? I don't know. Is there a chase in the line? I don't think so. Not me personally. Like him. I believe the one kid from Alabama was nice, but he got hurt. I'm not gonna. I don't know because I haven't studied the corners, Anthony. But Roger McCreary, I'm gonna check him out too. But I just feel like you got young guys and Anthony. I mean, and Nashawn Wright and Mukamu and Reggie Robinson. You have Kelvin Joseph, who is your guy who should be your starting cornerback next year. You got another young guy in Trevin Diggs, who's only going in his third year. Anthony Brown was drafted in 2016. Jordan was in 2017. They've both been extended, and Dallas likes who they have. So when they're familiar with somebody and they're familiar with something, they're not going to change from that. In my opinion, they're going to say, "Well, why would we cut Anthony Brown, and he had a really good year with us, to pick somebody else up we don't know?" That's not the Dallas way, in my opinion. Jordan Lewis, yeah, we can cut him and save some money, but then we have to go with somebody we don't know and is unproven. We're gonna go with him. That's the Cowboy way. I feel that's the safe way, in my opinion. They're gonna go safely. That's why they don't jump out in free agency, because he's safe. Stephen Jones is a safe boy. He's safety guy. He's baby nuts. That's why I call Stephen Jones Baby Nuts Jones, because he's safe. He plays everything safe by the book. Let's not overspend. Let's not do this. Let's play safe. And when you play safe football, you don't win. We saw Jason Garrett. He was a safe guy. He played safe. That's why Dallas never overachieved. You know what I mean? You got to have a good balance right there. So you got Jerry, who's a guy who's spending whatever he does, and then you got a guy who don't want to spend nothing. So where's the happy medium? I don't know, because those are the only guys that deal with the money. Well, Jerry does. So that's why I said I don't see a Jordan Lewis getting cut. I'm trying to think the Cowboy way. Cowboy way is the safe way. It's safe for them to keep Jordan Lewis. It's safe for them to keep Anthony Brown, because we know them. We don't want to cut them. We don't know who we getting. We out of our comfort zone. It's safe. They safe guys. Like a safety boy, baby nuts boy. Safety baby nuts boy. That's what he is. You know what I mean? That's what Stephen Jones is. So, it's just a situation where, these guys aren't going to do that. They're not going to jump out there and spend that kind of money on any kind of free agent corner that's going to cost any kind of money, because they're going to look at our guys and say, we're good. Why spend that money on these dudes and we have guys right here for cheap? They're going to Stephen Jones is going to keep the cheap way. But my thing is this. This is what frustrates me about a Stephen Jones. You want to play the cheap way, right? You don't want to spend no money. Okay? You want to play the cheap way. You don't want to spend no money. But then you want to sit there and I even forgot. That dude made me so mad I forgot my change of thought. And William Anthony, I had to come back. That just frustrated me. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. But who played bad in the secondary this year? I think Jordan Lewis, if we talked about the guys who played the worst, I would say Jordan Lewis out of all of them. I would say Jordan Lewis was the one out of the corners that took the most. You know, Diggs definitely got to get better. You know, he's not above. You know, he's not above. We talked about it. Go check out the tape with George Teague. He's not a good press corner. His coverage ability, his playmaking ability is unreal, but he still got to get better with his technique. He's got to get, you know, teams were not scared to not target him. But hey, that's what happens when it comes to the part of territory. And when you're going, and he was still a baby in the position for real. And to do what he did with still being a baby, still really not learning the nuances, and I can tell he wants to get better. I feel good about him. What up, Jay Lombardi? But you feel me, Dr. Football Day? It's almost like when Stephen Jones did that contract with when they did that contract with Brandon. What the hell is his name? Brandon Carr, and it was getting that they jumped out there and signed Brandon Carr. He was getting what, $10 million a year or something like that. I can't remember. And you know, he got his first couple years. He got 6 interceptions. He had a very solid career. Didn't miss a start. Had a very solid career in Dallas, but I guess didn't get the return. And when they wanted him to take that pay cut, and he was like, "Nah, I ain't doing that." And they kept another year. I felt like that left a big sour taste in Stephen Jones' mouth. He said, "Yeah, we ain't doing that again. We ain't gonna get burnt like that again. So we just gonna keep our own, and we ain't gonna sign no people on the outside. We ain't gonna spend all that extra money. We gonna keep all that money here. But when you keeping all that money here, you ain't winning with it though. You feel me? Your way is not winning. So the way you're trying to do it let's build through the draft. Let's sign our own. Let's not spend a lot on free agency. That's what his way is. It's not working. Okay? It's not working for the simple fact that they're still falling short. So where else do we go from here? We're going to say what the coaches got to get better. We heard the fake rant by Jerry saying, "Oh, this is the maddest I've ever been. Stuff got to get better," but you still brought the same staff back. You feel me? So your way of thinking it of we're going to do it this way, it's not working that way. There's still failures. You had everything you wanted this past year and still failures. What are we supposed to think is going to change? So you're just a scary guy. You don't want to play. You're always playing it safe. You don't want to spend some money. So Dallas is going to have to rely on what they have. And basically, Deshaun Wright, Israel Mukamu are going to have to play lights out. They're going to have Reggie Robinson. You're going to have to step up. They're going to have to play lights out because you guys are going to be like the young draft picks. You guys are the guys that they didn't go off in the draft. So you guys are going to have to be the guys who are going to have to step up for real. And if they don't, Dallas is going to fall short again. That's just the truth. Yeah, I don't think KZ plays the best. That's why I think they should re-sign Malik Hooker. I think he's a guy that you definitely need to get, especially with Curse back there. I think those are 2 signings in the safety position shouldn't happen. Yeah, and we know it ain't going to change from the top. So, you know, that's just beating a dead horse. You feel me? Beating your head against the wall because you know it's not going to change. But just from my perspective, looking at what we have here at the cornerback position, when we're talking about, what up, T Smooth? When we're talking about this position right here, that cornerback position, as I go right back to it, where is it at? About the guys that they have, they're happy with the guys they have. This is what it is right here, folks. You know what I mean? This is what you see right here. That's why I said, Blake. That's why I said, when I even did my last mock draft, people were like, "Man, you went too defensive heavy." You feel me? Let me show the mock draft I did. Let me pull that up. I don't care, because if you got that defense that can help that offense, you doing good. So let me see here. Where is it at? Let me pull it up. I know some people probably tripped on this one. That's okay. I feel you, Jalen Barter, when you talk about AB and Jordan Lewis should have been gone years ago. But hey, people were wanting Cheeto gone, and you see what happened with him. I'm just saying. But this was my last mock draft I did. The one I just did, I was just playing around on Pro Football Focus, and I did this one right here. And people are like, well, why'd you do this? Or why'd you do that? This was my last one. I'm going to show you both of mine, and I'm going to tell you why I did it. So Jordan Davis was out there, and they had took those first few picks. They took a lot. They took Zion Johnson. They took Penning, Bernard Raymond. I mean, I think big boy from Texas A&M were gone. So a lot of those top guys that I was thinking about taking at the guard or attack. And I wasn't taking a tackle that high, but was definitely going to take that guard. Either Zion Johnson or Kenyon Green, but they were both gone. So, I could have went with Travis Jones later with UConn. I like him, but I know Jordan Davis is a 2-down guy. He's not a 3-down guy, but he's a true space eater. You know what I'm saying? He's a true space eater. You feel me? He's a space eater. Like when we saw what he did for Georgia. You were talking about Nakobe Dean and those guys being so good. I know Wyatt was nice because I saw him at the Senior Bowl. But this dude is big, and he can hold that point of attack, and he's athletic, and you can rotate him and Bohanna. That's two good ones right there. So I said, you know what? I can't really pass on that. So I went with Jordan Davis. And then when I came in that second round, Chad Muma is one of the best linebackers in the draft to me. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I think he's a 3-down guy. I think he's a playmaker. He can cover tight ends. He can cover backs. He's a tackling machine. He was all over the field in that Senior Bowl, tackling everything. He's got good size, 6'3", 240. And I like him. I like him a lot. So we definitely need a linebacker. You don't know if you're re-signing LVE. You don't know if that's happening. And I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and pull that trigger. I think he would be a great addition. And then Dylan Parham, guard from Memphis. Now he's 6'2", about 315, 313, 315. He's not a wide guy. He's a little bit linear, but he's good. He's got good base. He's got good balance. Want to see if he's going to get overpowered. I didn't see a lot of that in the Senior Bowl practices, but that's a guy that you could come in. He's versatile. He's one of the top-rated guards in the draft right now, pure guards. And I don't think you're not bad off with that pick. And that's a guard that I believe can come in and that can come in and play. Or fight for that position. You got guys that you can still fool around that guard position. You still don't know what you can do with Lyle. You don't know. You can still slide him there, and you can slide Terrence Steele out. You could still make that happen if you wanted to do it. That's still a possibility, so don't run away from it. So I went with that. I like that. Yeah, I'm taking Davis over Dean because listen to me, Jay. You just mentioned to me about Damone Clark. This is a good Leary. I love Leary. Leary was a space eater. When they got him in the undrafted, because I knew he dropped because of that knee, I loved it because he was just what I thought the Cowboys needed, and he was. But what I was saying was, Jay, if they're both are there between Dean and Jordan Davis, I'm taking Jordan Davis because I can get another linebacker, Jay. You mentioned to me Damone Clark. You feel me? I told you Channing Tindall's there. He's going to be good. He'll be great. He will be great for us. Channing Tindall, bro, he plays what you want. 6'2", 230. He's a down hero. He's physical. He's a tackling machine. Only thing he's not great in his coverage, but we'll see. Like I said, Chad Muma, the kid from Troy Anderson from Montana State. Darian Beavers from UC. I mean, there's guys in there for the linebacker position where you don't have to jump out there and get Dean and say, well, we didn't get Dean, we're done. No. Reason why Dean was so good, it was because of Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis made Dean good because he's clearing that space of him so he can be free. So you want to take that space eater guy to keep your backers free because you can get a good linebacker in that second or third round. You really can. And then on that fourth round pick, this is a sleeper, guys. This is a guy that y'all would really be happy about if you can get him in this round. If you got D'Angelo Malone, dog, in that edge in that fourth round, you're feeling good. Now, he is not a super big guy, but dude, I'm trying to tell you, he's sleeperish. He's relentless. He goes hard all the time. I love Malone. I love what I saw from him in that Senior Bowl game. I love what I saw him in practice, and I was like, man, this dude don't got no weight like that, and he's pushing these dudes. You feel me? Man, I'm telling y'all, go watch that D'Angelo Malone, dog. I'm really liking it. Was really feeling him. That would be a great little addition. Him and an edgy guy too. And yeah, I like him. I like D'Angelo Malone. And then I went with Jake Ferguson in that fifth. Ferguson is a guy, tight end I was starting to really like. He had a touchdown in that game, in that Senior Bowl game. He was catching everything his way. I had to watch him on blocking again, but coming from Wisconsin, I think you're going to be a pretty good blocker. That's what they do there. Velvis Jones, I've been talking about Velvis Jones. He gives you that return ability. And that speedster. He's a sub 4.4 guy, could probably maybe be a 4.3 guy, but he can return that ball. Cowboys don't have a true return guy. They don't. CeeDee Lamb, I thought you could do it. That's not your spot. That ain't you. So just go ahead and get him out of there. But Velvis Jones can hit you in that slot. He can hit you deep. Got some good straight line speed. And like I said, he's a true return specialist for you. So that would be good. And then I ended it with Tyrese Robinson, big boy, 6'6", 325 tackle. Hey, we saw what happened with Terrence Steele. You never know what could happen with this guy. So I still got two offensive linemen, although maybe I didn't get them early as I wanted. Still got them. I got me a receiver, a speedster, who I like. I got me another tight end just in case your boy leaves up out of there and you're moving. Just in case Dalton Schultz don't come back, and you got another young guy in there with Sean McKeon from Michigan, and then you still have Blake Jarwin. We'll see what a blocking tackle, but yeah, that's so that's not making me feel bad. So this draft right here, this draft right here, I don't feel bad about that one. I don't feel bad about that one. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel bad about that one. Now let me read you this right here. I don't know if I can get this all the way over here. That's about Tyndale. Let me see where we at. Okay. Now here was my other mock. Okay. Here was my other mock, and I didn't feel bad about this one either. I didn't feel terribly bad. Maybe I could have got no, I don't feel bad about this one either. Some people criticize me on this one. That's fine. But my first pick, and this was what was available. Like I looked at other guys that were available. Now, if y'all want to ask me, when we did my live mock draft on this one, now I think Jay Lombardi, who was available on this one when I picked Zion Johnson, Nakobe Dean was available. Nakobe Dean was available on this first pick. It was between him and Zion Johnson. That was my most controversial one that I had to do. That was my most controversial one. So I was going back and forth, y'all. I almost slid with Dean. But I said, nope, I'm going to jump out there. And I'm glad I did because, see, I didn't jump out there and get Dean, but getting Zion Johnson, bruh, he's good. And he played center, and he played it very well. And I think it can end up being his best position. Just my opinion. And he was energetic. Man, I like him. He's energetic, so I heard things about him. And then I think he got one of the best players at the Senior Bowl week. And man, I just like him, his enthusiasm, man. The way he brings I watched how the Jets coaches were really working with him. Very attentive, very upbeat, really got into the game. I really liked the way he brought it, man. And I said, you know what? I'm going with Zion Johnson. I'll worry about Dean. I'm going to go ahead and think I can get a linebacker later. So Wade draft fell. And then on my second pick, I don't know if y'all know about this edge, Boy Mafi, but bruh, he would be a great pick for Dallas. A great pick. You feel me? Great pick. Because Mafe, he's 6'3", he's 250. Bro, he got crazy athletic ability. You saw, if you watch that Senior Bowl, go watch my tape. You know what I'm saying? That man got that edge. And he said he had never put his hand on the ground. He said he went to there and put his hand on the ground. You saw what he did. 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, was all in that backfield, and he was doing that all week against them guys. You feel me? So, bro, that would be and I was like, because I seen him in other mocks, and I seen Cowboys, some people in the Cowboys community mocking him, and by the third, maybe I jumped up a little early, but I didn't want to lose him. I think he's trending up. I think he has something, especially with the edge. He can be good in that run game too. I think you can play him in multiple positions. That's what Dan Quinn likes. I think his arrow's trending up. So I think that's an okay pick too, in my opinion, on that second round. And then I came back. You see, I got Muma in both my mocks. I like him. And to get him in the third, I don't think he drops that far. Who knows? But if I got him in the third like that, man, I'm feeling good. Then I got my can do everything linebacker. I got an edgy guy that's multiple. And I got a offensive lineman that's got good size and is multiple. Then my fourth round, maybe I overdrafted him, but Travis Jones was gone from UConn, and that's who I liked. But in the fourth, I got Otito Ogabani. He was in the Senior Bowl too, 6'3", 330-pound guy, and maybe not as stout as those other guys, but he got good athleticism, and he played with Ogadazua. That's good familiarity right there. And you know, you got him as a big space eater. You still got Bohanna. You could see what you're working with that. You know what I mean? We could see what you can work with that. You know what I mean? And then I came back with Velvet Jones again. He was available. He is a speedster, y'all. I checked him out. He can go. He can go. He can go, man. Don't slip on Velvet Jones. He can go. And if you got him later, he can go. And then I came with Cade Mays from Tennessee. I like him, especially in that late round. I think I got good value with him. He's a 6'6", 320, 325 guy as well. So I don't feel like I felt bad with that. And then to get Vernon McKinley from Oregon, I don't think he's fallen that far, 6th round, but he fell that far. You got a safety who's trending up. He's a young boy. He's only a sophomore, redshirt sophomore. So I think that's a lot. And he's a playmaker. I think his first year had 4 interceptions. He's a playmaking safety. Got pretty decent size. Got some good impact. Good range. So when I look at both of them mock drafts I did, I wouldn't come away like, damn, that was a terrible draft. I wouldn't feel bad about that, y'all. I wouldn't feel bad at all. You feel me? I would be like, okay, I can work with that, especially with the guys I already have. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I came from and kind of went with it. Samuel Rowe, what about McGovern taking over that left guard? See, here's the thing. I think McGovern can play that position, but he's not going to be great at it. I think he's not great, but he's going to be good if you're going to keep him. Is put him at the right guard. And I know he's not moving Zach Martin, but Zach Martin is getting older. I don't know how they negotiate that and just keep him as the backup until Zach goes. I don't know how they work that. He did play center. They did have him as the backup center on the depth chart. He was the backup right guard. He was the backup center. So that should tell you right there what they think about him. And they didn't have him at the backup left guard. That was La'el Collins' spot. And we all said move La'el Collins to guard. That would be an obvious thing because then you can slide Terrence Steele back at your right tackle. You got Josh Ball. You got the Farinock kid from Nebraska. You can see what you have in Josh Ball. They had high hopes for him. One of my kids played football with him, and he said he's legit. He's a legit left tackle. So you can still draft a couple guys if you made that move, but this could be a pride thing where the Cowboys don't do it. If they're talking about doing what's best for the team, then you would look at that option immediately and get him in there right now. Put him at the left guard and say, just stay here and work this and forget about all that pride or what we paying him at. Well, we're paying him tackle money, so we can't put him at guard. That's what it is. Y'all said he was going to be a great right tackle, and I don't know if he is now. I don't know, but I know his best position in the NFL, his best year ever in the NFL was at left guard. It wasn't at right tackle. He had a Pro Bowl type year that year, 2019, before he went on injured reserve in 2020 with the surgery. But when he came out, his left guard position, when he only gave up 22 pressures and no sacks, that was his best position. That was his best statistical position. And we saw how it was better for him because his lack of mobility right now, especially looked like how big he got up top. So it would make more sense for him to go to guard. But we'll see if they hold on to that. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't mind letting McGovern fight it out with Biadasz. I think you got to figure out a position because you kept McGovern from other teams. Other teams were poking at McGovern and trying to find out about McGovern, and you said no. So you got to find out what McGovern it really is and what he can really do for your team, and you need to find that out right as much as you can. Yeah, that pride does hurt this team, and that's one of the problems. So, and they so prideful because they want to do it their way. That's why it's continuing to take a longer and longer route. But we'll kind of see how it goes. But those are kind of my thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys cornerback position. I don't feel like they're going to draft anybody early. I feel like they're going to draft later because they're going to look at the guys that they have. Y'all hear Stephen Jones saying we like who we have. So I think they're going to look at the cornerback position and say, we like who we have. We already have young guys in the fold, so we're not going to waste draft picks on guys that we already have we feel are going to contribute right now and they're young. So I don't feel like they're going to go out there and draft a guy early unless it's a world-beating guy that happens to fall to them, and that's when they say, well, we just can't pass this and we're going to jump at this. I don't feel like they're going to touch anybody in free agency. If it is, it's going to be a no-name guy. It's not going to be a guy any significance because they're not going to spend any money on that because, once again, they just signed 2 deals of Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown. So I feel like they're going to say we got value out of them and we like what we have here. So why would we go out there and put money into a free agent when we like who we have? Shout out to Juwan James for the $10 holla on the Cash App. Appreciate you, dog. But I feel like I know how the Cowboys do it, and that's how they're going to look at it. So I don't see a cornerback, and that's why I haven't went hard on the cornerback position like I have in previous years, really looking at them, studying them. I was studying them last year, the year before with Trevin Diggs, going hard on the court because I felt like that's who the Cowboys are going to draft, and that's what they did. They're kind of predictable in how they do it. Dallas is always kind of predictable in how they draft. They draft on needs. You feel me? They draft on needs. I don't care. They don't just do BPA. They draft on needs, and they make it known, and they'll go after that. So that's where I feel like this is going to be another thing where they're going to draft on more need. And in this particular one, unless somebody falls big to them, and they're going to stay true to what they have on their roster right now, is what you have shown. So if you didn't get to see that, go back and check it out and see. Go back and rehearse the feelings, and we'll see what happens. Ain't going to happen nothing in free agency. Cowboys are going to keep their own, and we'll see who they kind of draft later on, in my opinion, because I don't think they're going to draft anybody high from the cornerback position. We'll see, though. But that's kind of my 2 thoughts on it. Make sure you wait. I'm waiting for my guy, Brandon Tucker. We're supposed to be hitting it up this week, and we're going to talk about his guys that he has right now. Like I said, I'll show you those guys that he has. And it's a really good list that he has right now. Let's see. I don't know if I got it up here. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it? Oh, there it is. I think this list is legit that he has. This is what he showed me he has. Yeah, overhyped line, coach. You ain't lying. That's another friend of the Mike McCarthy thing. But this is who is my guy Brandon Tucker has right now. He better have a strength. I think he has a strength, but he got too big. But this is the list that we're gonna go through that my guy Brandon Tucker has right now. Logan Hall's the guy. We saw Perion Winfrey at the Senior Bowl, but Logan Hall is my sleeper guy. But that's his list right now that he's gonna be training. He's always got a who's list, but this is a very good list. Another good defensive line list. We heard about Jermaine Johnson. He's gonna get overdrafted. And then he got he said he doesn't have Peavy, but he did get Zach Carter from Florida, who Zach Carter's got some size, you know what I mean? Zach Carter got some size. And I like Tariq Smith from Ohio State. I like him. They put some good players out there from the Bucks, so from the Ohio State Buckeyes. And, I'm out here, I get to see him, and I thought he played well at the Senior Bowl as well. So, these guys, he got some guys, so we're definitely going to talk about them and this week and kind of get the lowdown on them and, kind of get a background on them. And make sure you check in tomorrow with the final word. That's going down as usual. I didn't hit it last week. Had some things going on, but I'll be up in there tomorrow. So can't wait to jump back in for the final word and talk some good Cowboys football with the fellas, Law Nation, the OC, and Boss Cowboys as always. So I'll be talking to y'all soon, man. I appreciate all y'all jumping in and checking me out and listening to the cornerback position. We're going to hit safeties next. I'm going to get my little drop down of safeties, all like I've been breaking down from the D-line, the linebackers to the corners. I'll drop my paper with the safeties, and we'll talk about them probably Wednesday because we're going to do the final word tomorrow. So we'll be talking about safeties Wednesday. So make you jump you jump into that, and then we'll hit the offensive side of the ball in these coming weeks and break down all those little things and talk about, Dalton Schultz, Michael Gallup. Those guys are in there. What's going to happen with them? Amari Cooper. That's a big topic. So we're definitely going to be hitting that this week. So make sure you tune in. I might have a surprise for my members tonight. I'm not going to mention it, but just make sure you check in tonight. If you see it live, you know what it is. So I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Love y'all. And let's get that, man. And you know what it is. Big Game James. I'm out. Peace.